This according to former Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey, who now says he's taken full responsibility for the shenanigans we're learning in the Twitter files. This includes censoring the Hunter Biden laptop story, suppressing conservative voices, and whatever dark deeds Elon Musk has yet to reveal. Jack also insists there was never any political motivation, that's funny, or hidden agendas, that's even funnier, behind his company's decisions. But as Justin Bieber once sang, is it too late now to say sorry? Here with me now, editor at townhall.com, Fox News contributor, Katie Pavlich. Great to see you, Katie.
Great to see you, Kennedy.
So, does Jack Dorsey's mea culpa ring hollow to you?
Well, it rings hollow in the sense that he's trying to argue that there were no political reasons why these things were happening. Obviously, with all of the emails and traffic that we've seen behind the scenes, we know that's not true. Twitter obviously was run by a bunch of liberal activists. But I think it's more interesting to look at the bigger picture when you read through basically what he wrote about what happened to Twitter. And CEOs across the country who are running big corporations can take some lessons from him in the sense that he says, look, I got pushed around. I allowed activists to come into the company and to make these arguments that we should be censoring information, and they did. And then everything started to fall apart because we couldn't keep up with what we had set ourselves up for. And actually, when he gives solutions to moving forward, as we're hearing a lot about regulation on Capitol Hill and saying that things need to be done to, rein in big tech and to issue some regulations on the federal level for social media companies, not just Twitter, he's saying, look, we have to give power back to the people, back to the user. And the mistake that Twitter made was building tools inside the company to control information rather than building tools for users to control information themselves and to decide how they wanted to use the platform. So it's interesting to read through what he wrote.
Yes.
And I think that people watching should really take some lessons about not allowing your company to be taken over by a bunch of woke activists, because it will fall apart and you will lose the company.
And they will never like you. You will never appease them. You will never make them happy. There's no way that you can move their agenda forward satisfactorily. They will always find a way to pick you apart. Yeah. And, it's really convenient for him to say now, but, he was the CEO of a company that was valued at the time for billions of dollars. And, all we knew about him was that he was drinking salt shakes, which was just, salt and water and lemon juice, and he would walk to work 5 miles and he wouldn't eat until Friday. It's like, buddy, grab a sandwich and grow a pair and run your company. and it's like, and for him to say, like, it wasn't them, it was me. It's like, yeah, it was you and it was them and it was political. And I do think he committed perjury in 2018 when he sat before Congress under oath and said that Twitter wasn't shadow banning people. They were, and it wasn't just one way that they were doing it. That's one of the things we've learned in the Twitter files is they were developing on the fly a number of tools and a number of ways of suppressing voices. And you're absolutely right. It should have been just between the user and the person following them.
Mm-hmm. Well, and look, they will say they were lying. They were lying to the public. They were not following the guidelines they were putting out to users. They were breaking their own rules left and right. They were implementing new policy on the fly that conveniently went one way on the political spectrum during election season when they were saying they were trying to prevent interference in elections. Mm-hmm. But the bigger issue, I think, here is that, yes, they shadow banned conservatives. They censored information, which was wrong. But who was behind that and who were they partnering with? The federal government.
Yes.
The FBI was working with them to censor information. And so when Congress takes this up, it's not just about regulating big tech, which I think they don't have a lot of experience with and could go very poorly given how the government doesn't regulate things very well.
And government is run by old people.
But the FBI going around the First Amendment.
Yes. It was the FBI, CIA, DHS, all meeting with Twitter to suppress speech. That's where the censorship comes from.
That's the issue.
Amen. Kate Pavlich, sing to the choir.
Exactly.
All right, thank you, girl.